Yes, I guess my screen is visible for everyone. My screen is visible for everyone, right? Yes. Yeah. Overall journey, what we have gonna look back, we have gone through many such different aspects. We have learned many different things. We have gone through many different areas or different sessions, different code labs, and having a multiple major code labs look into over there. First, we have gone through the agent blazer, where we have built an agent bot, and we completed all the agent blazer code labs. So uh, sorry, agent blazer lab sessions, and you have all earned the agent blazer champions badges also. Yes, this is the thing we have first gone through. Then moving to the app development Kotlin program. The first part is all on the introduction to the program in Kotlin, where you all learned about creating Google developer profiles over there, and how how to run your first program in Kotlin. Yes, as you can see, you have learned how to create a Google profiles, and uh, your how the Kotlin programs look like, and how you create how you create the variables, and how you use the variables in the Kotlin. So in this first part, you have gone through all the introductions aspects. Sorry, just give me a second. So yes, yeah. Yeah, as I was discussing, we have gone through all the major introduction parts in the first sessions. The first session basically we have the first session basically we have got an idea, or we have got an exposure of what is Kotlin, and you have also got an introduction for the Kotlin playground. Like, what is the difference between the Android Studio and the Kotlin playground? Where you will run the exact major codes, and you have gone through these aspects in your first sessions. And basically in these part, the major key concepts you have grasped in these first sessions is all about the programming, where it is the process of like giving instructions to a computer to perform the tasks. And also you have gone through like you have learned the things like Kotlin helps to design a simple, concise, and safe compared to older languages like Java. And basically it helps to support the object oriented programs and the functional programs. And also Kotlin reduces the common programming errors such as the null pointer and the exceptions over there. And why only the Kotlin used for the Android means because official language for Android development. It is used for the code, so it is used Kotlin for Android and helps with the less code compared to the Java. And also it is easier to maintain and read the Kotlin language, and also it is very fully compatible with the existing Java code. So yeah, these are all the things we have looked into the session one. We have gone through all the major aspects, and also you have got an idea or exposure with the LMS platform, like how you could complete the code labs and how you could complete the quiz given over there. And also you have come across with the many labs in the LMS platform. You could have complete those labs and ADK tasks over there. So yeah, this is the things. Yes. So this is the things you have been gone through in such major aspects in the basically in the session one. We have looked into these major ideas. And also the one more major thing is you have also explored a Google profile, where when you completed all those particular code labs of all the sessions, you was receiving badges where you can see your badges over in the uh, Google developer profiles. Yeah. So this you know all the things like how you got the badges and what are the dates you have been completed while completing the code lab, or while completing that particular sessions. You are receiving the badges over there. So these are all the things you have gone through in the session one. You have got an idea or exposure to it. So next, moving to the next session, that is session two. Yes. Now in session two, we have looked into how to set up the Android Studio and what are all the requirements we need to set up for the Android Studio, and for the different devices, what are all the different requirements we have gone through for it. For example, for Windows, Mac, and also for the Linux, we have gone through these major different types of aspects. We have gone through how to create and how to work on the Android Studio. Yeah, in these second sessions, we have all got an idea of creating, or sorry, installation period of Android Studio. I'll call it as a installation part of the Android Studio. You have gone through the every instructions which is given over there, how to download the Android Studio, which is given the link, and how to install it, and what are all the things you have to make changes over there, the files, what are the things you have to allow to download the Android Studio. You have gone through in these parts. And also, just give me a second. Yes. And also, like after building this, or after installing your the Android Studio, you have created your first app. You have created your first app, and like you have then you have got an idea of how to build an first app and how to create it, and also how the idea like how to create a new file or a new project while selecting what you have to give for that empty fields. You came across all these things, and you also know the different views of it. You have got the idea of what is mean by split view, and what you mean by the uh, any different views, or how you could have come with the exactly how you go back to the coding part, and also what are all the three sections you could have looked in the Android Studio page. You have come across these all the parts. You have learned how to build a how first app after installing. You have gone through the Android Studio, how it works, and how it's going to be racked for you giving the codes over there. So, and also you have you have got an idea, or you have gone through the emulator. You know very well. Now you're well versed with the emulator, but and that time, like was starting with the emulator, you know how to create a virtual device, and how to download it. You have gone through the many instructions over it, how you download it and how you create it. And also, like after creating in the device manager, the devices what you created, you could have see over there. And also the thing when you run your app, it will take some all the syncing process over there. You came across all these parts. And also the last part they also you learned on this session 2 is how to connect your Android devices. So they have given a major, we have gone through like to connect all your Android devices. They have been given some instructions over there. We have looked into over it. While using the cable, we allow the USB debugging, and we made a developer option right on in the mobile phones, and we connect to the cables. We have gone in this such a way with the session 2. Basically, in the session 2, we majorly participated with the major aspects of installing the Android Studio, and you created a first app and emulator, and also running your first app on the Android device. So these are all the things we gone through in the session 2. So moving to the session 3. As I said you, I'll just the only the major key aspects and what are all the things you have gone through. Now, next, moving to the session 3. Yes, sorry. Yeah, moving to the session 3. The session 3 where you build a first basic layout in the Android Studio, where like it is the continuation of session 4. You have they have been given two different sessions over there. In this part, you have built a birthday card app. Uh, you have build a first app with the birthday card preview, and you have in this part you have gone through many different aspects. In this part, you were like building a new fresh you're giving a new fresh part to the Android Studio, where you're building and adding in a text messages to your app, calling a text messages, and adding a background image to your app. And yes, adding a first images you're adding in the Android Studio. You have gone through these parts. And also, instead of that, they have been giving you two practice assignments for you, which is the continuation, which is the session 4 code labs. That is two code labs. Both the code labs are the practice and the project, where they have given the to practice you the compose basics and to build a business card app. Yes, in the third session is all about you pitched into the next level of the difficulties. That is, you've been got an idea how to add an image to your app, how to give the text composables to your app. So this is the thing you have been grasped in the session 3. And session 4, they have given the exercise parts, practice parts to you for getting more idea on creating the minimal apps using the simple codes over it. So this is all the aim. This is all the objectives of the session 3. And moreover, before moving to the session 5, as I said you, the session 4 is only the practice code lab, so you could have looked over here. As moving to the next session 5, I'll just uh, refresh on you this on some particular aspects, that is building basic layout is basically like it is a layout which defines the structures of the user interface, UI. Yeah, as you look into the UI, UIs of the Android applications over there, where the UI elements, common components, which includes, like text view, image view, button, edit text. You have gone through for the many different aspects over here. Well, and also we got with the three different types of layouts with in this session 3 or 4 code lab, that is linear constraint character frame layout, where the basically these layouts is usually written in the XML, and which describes how the UIs should appear over there. We have grasped all the major aspects in this session for session 3 and 4. Yes, and also like the session 3, the beauty of the session 3 and the session 4, the best part of session 3 and session 4 is this session give you a spark. This session give you a spark to get a more effective idea on building your projects. Like there was no code labs of getting an idea, like creating an birthday card, creating on giving a text composable messages or adding a image. This was all not the part of the previous code lab. So this is the start, or this is the spark of giving you a best idea in the Android Studio. So this is the main aim of the session 3 and session 4. So now let's move to the session 5. Moving to the session 5. Yes, the session 5 is all about we learn on the Kotlin fundamentals, where before these sessions arrives or appears, we were just looked into some only some basics, and got the only exposure of the Kotlin, what is Kotlin languages. We got some minimal idea of Kotlin, but in session 5 we have moved to the next level of next stage level. We have moved to the level 2 of it, where they have given more about the Kotlin parts over here. Yeah, this was all complete, all on the theoretical part, but still, like it was all the very important aspects of all the code labs, where you could have seen the how we could write the conditionals in Kotlin, how you could use the nullability in Kotlin, and what are all the use classes and objects in Kotlin, and how you use the function types and lambda expressions. And they also made you to give the practice on the Kotlin fundamental parts. So this is the just give me a second. Students, will will continue the stuffs over here. Yeah, the session 5 is all about the dedicated part, what we have built over there, and what the thing which have been key concepts grasped in the session 5. As I said you earlier, the before sessions what we have looked into the earliest, it was just like the giving an idea, or giving an minimal knowledge on the Kotlin, not the more depth about it. Now we in this session 5 they have gave you an better version of the Kotlin to understand it, right? So yes, in this part you could have looked into many such aspects. I know it is a complete theoretical part. There was like a very uh, it was like a not more interesting factor, either than that practicing the code labs. I know that, but still the importance, or the some major factors will be more effective on these your projects what you have going to build over there. I'll just say some of the major aspects of the session 5, that is Kotlin fundamentals, and we'll move on with the session 6. Yeah, the session 5 Kotlin fundamentals is basically it includes the building blocks of the program. Yeah, you could have seen all the code you are looking over there. It is the building blocks of the code labs of the programs over there, and also the major core concepts of it, the variables, the data types, functions, and the control flow. So these are all the core components you could have look into over this. You could have just come across with all these core components in these particular aspects. As I said, where variables, I just make it in a short way, and I'll just discuss. I'll just move it quick. So as you can see, the variables, it helps you to store the data, and the data types where helps you to define the data type of the data stored, like example int, string, boolean, etc. And the functions where it reusable blocks of the code that performs the task in the control flow, where it determines the order of the program executions. And like the advantages of all these aspects are what the advantages we could have look over there are. We could have seen many advantages on it. We have a clean syntax over there, or a clear syntax on it, and it reduces the code. There is no need of elaborating, or there is no enlarge, or there is no maximum typing of the code lines over there. It helps to reduce the codes, and helps in improve the readability, and also the one more thing, better safety features. It helps with the better safety features. So these are all the things, the major advantages or the major core concepts you have to concentrate on the session 5, which is the Kotlin fundamentals over here. So this is the things we have grasped, we have been got an idea, we have been got a knowledge on this particular part. So yes, this was the major Kotlin fundamentals we have been come across over here, and we have completed on it. So moving to the next sessions. Yeah. So moving to the session 7 and 8, it is the continuation part, where this is also a beauty of, as I said you earlier, the session 3, where we could have a look over here. The session 3 interesting factor was it gave you an spark, it gave you an idea of like how you can add a different composable text messages, and how you can add a image over it. So this was the spark, or this was the beauty of the session 3, which gave you an idea over it. So exactly the same thing when you are coming with the session 7, it is also the better way, or it is also give you the spark or a better idea, like how you could add a button to your app. So the button concept was not at all there until the session 7 appears. When the session 7 appears, Then then you got a you got an your idea of the button. They had it gave an idea of like they have been given the code lab such a way that you got a better idea like the new feature you unlocked over it. Yes, I could have just say it as the new features unlocked in session 7 and 8, that is adding a button and adding the different phases with the one particular block, that is a dice roller app what you created in the session 7 and 8. Yes. As you can see, there was a uh, yeah, yeah, yes. I got it. Yeah. The thing is, in this particular part, in this particular introduction to, they have been given the introduction to the what do you call it as a state in compose. They have been given introduction over here. Yeah, and moreover in this particular session we have just built the tip calculator or calculating a custom tip. Yeah, we have built a calculating custom tip in such a way that when we run this app, when we gone through this part, or when we focused on this, we got an idea of how we can create a individual layouts or individual fields over there, and how we can give the calculations over it, how we can give the total maximum calculation with the percentage or with the ratios of it. We have gone through this such aspects, and we have also gone with the how we can change the color for the particular fields, and yes, how we can change the color fields of colors of those particular fields, and like when you click on the we have, and you also got an idea of adding a button, like when you click on that button, like how it works, how when you click on convert, how the currency was converting from the Indian rupees to the dollar. So these are all the different idea, adding a button or adding the different fields to an your app. You got an idea with sessions. We have got idea with these particular sessions where they are also given some projects and some exercise for you to work on this. Yes. And also, before moving to the next session, yes, before moving to the session 9, before moving to the session 9, I want to give you some minimal idea of some minimal idea of the UI interaction. And the one more thing that is, uh, I just did not explain the session 6. I'll just come over it. Uh, so I just gave you an just a small touch over how we added a button and how the dice roller app was created. Then we move on to the session 7 and 8. That is a calculator tip custom. So I'll just go back again to the session 6 over there, and we'll move to the next session, that is session 9. Yes, before going previous session 6, I'll just give you some of more ideas on the session 7 and 8, where you could have seen the UI interactions. Yeah, basically the UI interactions refer to how the user communicate with the app, how we communicate with our app. It is basically the user interactions, and sorry, UI interactions, and the UI state represents the current conditions of the UI over there. So it represents at it, and the examples we could have take the button clicked, a text updated, a screen change. Yeah, this is the thing, is the exact point what I was discussing with you. That these are all the major aspects we have been created in this UI part. We have added a text field that is for the custom calculated. I'll just go with the dice roller app. We have added a button for it. We have added a dice roller app for it. We could have added a text message for it, and the screen when you clicked on the face of it, we have changed over it. So these are all the UI state we have gone through it. And basically the key idea of is it helps the state changes with the UI updates automatically. Yeah, this is the key idea of it. So yes, now as I said you earlier, uh, what we have gone through, what we have created and Diet Zola app. So the session 6 was also starting given a better idea, or it gave you the better spark on like how how when you add a button, how we can add a button to our app, and then also after adding a button to our app, how it going to work, and what are all the things, what are all the outcomes you are getting. So these are all the major behavior we looked in this session 6. Particularly the session 6 was the best example, best code lab that have been provided for us. As you can see, the dice roller app was the better app to understand the better in interactive of the button and the roller over there. We have looked into this thing, and we have also came across to the debugger in Android Studio, how the debugger works over there, and practice click behavior. They have given some practice code labs for you how to create some moreover apps and adding a button to it, and to get an idea over it. So these are all the things we grasped in under the session 6. That is majorly the adding a button. What was our better idea of button, better options for it. So yes, now moving to the session 9, that is, yes, I'll not just go into the code labs. I'll just explain you as it is, where in the name itself, you could have seen it is all about the more fundamentals of the Kotlin. Yeah. Now in these complete LMS, what are all the sessions we looked into the session 13? We have gone through many major different aspects. We got into 3 parts: easy level, medium level, and difficulty level. At the first stage, we have just gone through the what is a Kotlin. We have just built the foundation. Then we have built the first for we have built the next ground floor upon it. I mean, we have moved from the foundation to the next step. That is, we have moved from the easy understanding Kotlin, just less knowledge of Kotlin, into the better knowledge of Kotlin. Next, moving to the best knowledge of Kotlin, that is having a more knowledge or more Kotlin fundamentals we have came across over here. They have given the if there was if they given in the single particular code lab, it would be a large vast syllabus or a vast knowledge to cover it. So they have got an idea giving it into the 2 parts. So yes, session 9 and 10 is all about the Kotlin, more fundamentals of the Kotlin, where this usually introduce the advanced Kotlin concepts. As I said you earlier, it is the best best ideas of the Kotlin or the knowledge on Kotlin, and this includes the collections, the loops, conditions, and the OOC, where the object-oriented concepts. Where the collections, it's just a list, sets, maps for storing multiple data items over there, and the loops where it repeating the actions and the conditions, it make the decisions in program, and the object oriented concepts where the classes and objects will go on there. And these purpose of it basically write structured and scalable programs. Yeah, it helps to write the developers to structure and scalable the programs over it. And in simple words, I could have said as these sessions gradually teach you how to develop Android applications using a Kotlin, starting from the basics programming concepts and setting up the development environment, designing user interface, and finally creating interactive applications. So this is the major objective of the session 9, more Kotlin fundamentals part 1. And and Yeah, yeah. This is the major more concepts of the Kotlin, more parts on the Kotlin fundamentals of both session part one and part two. So yes, now coming to the session 11. So these three sessions will have a will have a more remembering aspects because we have covered these three sessions in the previous days. As we in the Monday and Tuesday we have come across these three sessions, we have built these three sessions in these 2 days. Yes, building a scrollable list. Yeah, in this aspect you have know how to, sorry, yeah. Yes, in this session 11, we have gone through. This is also one of the best. This is also one of the best part to get an idea of it, to get an idea of how scrollable is works. As you can see in this part, you have gone through major many aspects. You have gone through many things, and it helps you to build the in single layout. Until now you are building in the single layout only the single aspect, like single image with the single messages over there. But now in this session you have gone through the how you can add a multiple piece of information in one single particular layout or particular page, where you could have called it as a scrollable list. So yeah, this you came across in the session 11. And also you know how to add the icon instead of I change the app icon. I would like to call it as how you can add the icon, how you could make the changes of the app icon. We have gone through these many aspects, and they've also given you the code lab to practice the grid over there, where you could have see the what are all the grid sizes of it, the images, icons, the messages. So the session 11 is all about we have gone through on how the lists look like when we moving with the scrollable part. So this is the sessions is totally completely dedicated on building a scrollable list. Yes, and the last but not the least part, that is the building a beautiful app, part one and part two. This is the best. Until these sessions, I would love to say that the session 12 and 13 was the best code labs I would have gone through until these things. Just give me a second. So yes, as I was saying with you, these sessions, I would love these code labs until these until these parts, because it was the best app we have come across. All the things in only one code lab. Yeah, building beautiful app. As we looked into these many sessions, these many different code labs, only the session 12 having every different things, every different types in only one particular session of code lab. That was the best thing I could have watched it over here. We could have we have built a lists of it. We have built a list of a dog, and we have added a color to it. We added a uh, layouts to it. We added a fields to it. We added a typography to it. We added a title. We added a top bar for it. We came across many things. We did many things over it, and we added a animation to it. We added a drop down or a expand icon. We have gone through many aspects in these sessions, and also they have been given the practice works also to come across with they have given to build a superhero app for you also. So this was the best code labs we have gone through. So until these from 1 to 13 including the agent blazer, we have gone through. Now we have came across all the aspects in the LMS platform. So the remaining thing is now everyone have an idea of every aspects like Kotlin language, knowledge of Android Studio, and how you could clear the errors in the Android Studio, how you could debug the errors, and how you could build an app by adding your own ideas. So now you have all gotten better idea to build your own. Now you're all ready for building your own apps, your own and better apps in the future when the projects has been assigned to you. So yeah, uh, by saying these, I'll conclude the today's sessions. Until these sessions, 13, 12, everyone did a good, amazing job. So as everyone should have the same spirit or same, like energy to complete your next major project of building a better Android app in the Android Studio. Yes, so thank you one and all. Have a good day, and make sure to join the evening doubt resolving sessions, as we'll discuss over the doubts and the queries what you all having over there. So thank you one and all. Have a good day. Thank you.